Hey Crush, here's your Thursday workout. I admit sometimes I make workouts a little too confusing. I know this. It's a problem. I go to meetings for it because I make workouts too confusing. But I think this will be a fun one today anyway, and I'm gonna kind of try to go through it. So we're gonna have teams of 3 waterfall style. Teams of 3, you'll do 10 back squats at 185, 125. You can take that from the rack. 10 deadlift at 275, 185. You'll take that from the ground. And then 20 hollow rocks. So waterfall style, the way this works is, let's say, because hopefully you do good hollow rocks, let's say person 1 gets through the 10 squats. As soon as they're done, person 2 starts the squats. Now person 1 is on the deadlifts, so they're working the deadlifts. As soon as they're done, person 1, let's say person 1 gets done with the squats before person 2 is done with the deadlifts. They can't start any kind of deadlift at all if you have 2 different bars until this person is done with the deadlifts. What's more likely to happen is if this person's on the hollow rocks and now this person's on the deadlift, if you do 20 good hollow rocks, it might take longer than doing 10 of the heavy-ish or heavy deadlifts. You can't, even if this person's still doing hollow rocks, the person on the deadlifts can't finish their deadlifts and just jump on the floor and start doing hollow rocks until this person's done with their hollow rocks. You can't move to the next station until that person or that station is free. With 3 people, it's not too likely to happen, but then you'll have 3 people going, right? If this person is really doing some really good hollow rocks and they're doing 3 sets of, like a set of 8, a set of 8, and a set of 4, because the hollow rocks are tough. If you do good hollow rocks, they should be tough. Maybe what happens is he's kind of a log jam with the hollow rocks. You can't start hollow rocks until the hollow rocks are free. This is just gonna be one long workout. You're gonna do 5 rounds of that. Your score for this first part will be as a team. So 3, 2, 1, go. First person starts doing the 10, 10, 20, 10, 10, 20, and they follow along. Your team score is when the last person finishes their last hollow rock. That's your first score, that's your team score. To RX this workout, you must do everybody in your team must do the RX weight. If you're on a team where somebody scales the weight, which is fine. If you don't get to put RX by your name, that's fine. But if you're on a team where somebody doesn't do RX, nobody does RX. Because if somebody's going really, really light, by the 5th round, maybe they're still doing their 10 squats unbroken, where a team that's RX, somebody's breaking up their squats. So if you want to RX, everybody in your team must RX the weight. And hopefully you're all doing really good hollow rocks. You're not laying flat on your back with a really crappy rock. But as soon as you're done, so if you're the first person to start the waterfall, as soon as you're done with your 5th round, you immediately start 100 push-ups, 100 sit-ups, 200 lunges. And you have to look at the clock and do some math, because that's gonna be scored separately. So your team score is whenever that 3rd person finishes toward 20 hollow rocks, they'll have to look at the clock and note that time, because that'll be your team time. And then they'll immediately start the 100 push-ups, 100 sit-ups, 200 lunges. And that'll be a separate time scored individually. I think I coach a lot of classes on Thursday, so hopefully I'm here to explain it and hopefully it makes sense. I know it's confusing, I'm sorry, but I think it'll be a lot of fun. Have a good Thursday.